This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 175. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today we have Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing there, Kevin?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm hoping that my mic levels are fixed this week. I don't know if you heard, but this week's regular show, for some reason the gain got turned way up on my mic, so it was like all blasted out of proportion. It was terrible. So I apologize to the listeners for that. It should be fixed now. We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How you doing, Ryan?
My head hurts.
Oh, got yourself a little headache?
I got myself a big fucking headache.
Oh, boy.
Oh, gosh. Before we get your movie this week, I wanted to give a shout out to our latest Patreon subscriber. That's Bob. Bob, thank you so much for pledging to us. If you want to pledge yourself, you can go to patreon.com/filmpulse. We got all kinds of cool little perks, including early episodes of shows before they air and Q&A streams, and there's going to be some Patreon exclusive episodes, sponsorships. So if you have a film that you want to plug, if you want people to see, if you have a Kickstarter or a crowdfunding project, you can do a sponsorship level where we plug it on the site and on the show. So be sure to check that out. Patreon.com/filmpulse helps keep the show up and running, and we appreciate everyone's support to do that. Ryan, what movie did we have you watch this week?
European Vacation.
European Vacation. Picked this in honor of Vacation coming out this week. I have a synopsis here. The year was 1985 that this came out. The Griswolds win a vacation tour across Europe where the usual havoc ensues. This is directed by Amy Heckerling and stars Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, Dana Hill, and Jason Lively. Got some cameos here and there in this one. Not too many, though. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about European Vacation?
Well, the Griswolds go on a game show and end up winning a free trip to Europe. And they fly into England, and their first hotel is all shitty and run down. And they expected more out of winning a contest. And eventually they leave England after having car accidents from driving on the right side of the road. And making Stonehenge fall over by banging a car into it. Then they go to Paris, and the kid meets a prostitute there, but he doesn't know that she's a prostitute. And he ends up seeing her topless, and kind of sort of tries to hit on another girl, and then realizes that she's laughing at him the whole time. Because he has these
A beret.
berets on,
It says
and
Rusty.
they all have them on in the family, and each beret says their name. So then they go to Germany, and they're supposed to meet one of their family members that they've never met before. And they go there and end up going to the wrong house. But because of the language barrier, neither of them can express that they don't know who each other are. Then they go to Rome, last but not least. And there's a kidnapping at their rental car place. I guess it's not a rental, it's more of a travel.
Yeah, they went to get money, I think, right?
Yeah, recover money from their money they lost on their trip, and the guy ends up running out of a car. And what they don't realize is that the actual owner of the thrill place is in the trunk because he was kidnapped, and they get into a sort of car chase after the wife realizes that she's advertising a porno movie, and they get the original guys that kidnapped the tribal owner assigned to kidnap her, and they chase them down and eventually stop them and get the wife back. And then they fly home, and as they're flying home, they inadvertently make the airliner fly into the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, why not? And they all die?
No, they just knock the hand over.
Okay. I don't think that's how it would work.
No,
but-
it wouldn't, but that's what happens in the movie.
I like to think that they all died. Straight into it, and they die. That's a dark movie.
So what'd you think of this overall?
I liked it. Not better than Christmas Vacation or regular Vacation, but better than what's that other shitty one?
Vegas?
Yeah.
I actually liked Vegas more than this. Now, I haven't gone back to watch Vegas in quite some time. So, I don't know, maybe that'll change after I rewatch that one. But I rewatched European to get prepped for this, and I did not like it at all. I never liked it, but...
Oh, you're never a fan?
No, I never liked European.
I don't think I've ever seen European.
It's just not funny. There's a few funny gags, but most of it is just not... It doesn't feel the same as the other ones. Like, after this one, I rewatched just regular Vacation, and it was so much funnier.
Well, I gotta say, given Ryan's unbelievable description of what happens, it doesn't sound funny at all. Everything sounds kind of base.
Like, all the situations that they get themselves into are really outlandish and just so juvenile. They feel juvenile. Like, everything's really like the slapstick comedy in it is not funny at all. Like, when you compare the physical humor in this one to like Christmas Vacation, you know, with like the Christmas tree that's 10 sizes too big, and how when he cuts the rope it breaks all the windows and stuff, and all of that stuff, it's just leaps and bounds above this.
Well, I guess I'm not going to be watching European Vacation.
There are a couple laughs here and there, but to me it's not even close to the other ones.
Now, the thing that sounds the funniest to me is them crashing into the Statue of Liberty and dying.
That's stupid. It's dumb.
That sounds pretty funny.
No.
They hit the torch in the Statue of Liberty, and they make it like fall over, and it looks terrible, and it's really dumb.
I was still thinking that they died.
No, they don't die. They don't die.
I keep getting it mixed up. For you, Ryan? What was the one thing that got you going? Got the biggest laugh out of you? Got that chortle snort?
There were a few things.
We'll fucking name all of them then.
You can name all of them because I don't remember all of them.
Well, they must have been fucking hilarious then.
It was. I told you it wasn't that good, but it was better than.
I'm just asking for one thing. Like, what's the one thing that you remember that you're like, damn, that was pretty funny?
I'll tell you the funniest thing, and this is like probably the one thing that most people reference when talking about this movie, and it's when they get stuck on the roundabout for like 6 hours. Hey kids, Big Ben. Hey kids, Big Ben. I think that was probably the funniest gag in the movie. There were some others that made me laugh, but I can't, like Ryan, I can't remember what they were. They were just little throwaway things with Clark.
when they were a journey and they met their family that only speaks German, that made me laugh a lot.
It was kind of funny.
It's the whole language barrier thing.
The German language made you laugh?
No,
Because the German language is kind
the
of funny.
language barrier.
Mm.
I just feel like they could have done so much with this because they, like Ryan said, they go all through Europe. So they're in Paris and Germany and Rome. They're all over the place, and I feel like they could have done a lot with that.
Well, it sounds like they just ended up going for all the stereotypes.
Pretty much,
Like
yeah.
wearing berets.
Yeah, wearing berets. When they go to Germany, they're in this kind of Oktoberfest type beer celebration, and Clark gets lederhosen, and he gets up on stage and he's dancing, doing German dances, and then he fucks everything up, and they end up chasing them.
That sounds about right.
This play is a lot like Euro Trip, and I never realized it. A lot of the same things happen.
I don't remember Eurotrip at all.
Is that why you had trouble appreciating European Vacation? Because you're like, this is a fucking ripoff of Euro Trip.
Actually, I thought this came first.
Oh yeah, it came way before.
So I thought Euro Trip was gonna may realize
So it made you
that
this.
Euro Trip kind of ripped this off.
So it kind of dampened the.
So he was all about the Euro Trip until he saw this, and then he's like, "Fuck Euro Trip, that's just biting off of this one."
It's still pretty funny.
I would imagine you were crushed by that.
But like I said, it's still funny, pretty funny to me.
Alright.
It always has a special place in my heart.
Now,
There we go.
Christmas Vacation is your number one, right? That's your favorite out of all of them.
Yeah.
I think that's probably mine too. I go back and watch that every single year, so that's definitely one of my favorites. Kevin, do you have a preference?
I think you know my preference. This is crazy. This is crazy. Forever will be my
I like
preference.
that one a lot too.
Yeah, they're almost equal to me. I think I could watch Vacation every year, like during the summer, just as a summer movie watch. I probably could do that.
And I think it's mostly because that was the one I saw first.
See, I can't remember which one I saw first. I don't know. I know that
So it was Christmas, the first one.
I'm thinking that Christmas was probably the first one I saw too, because if I remember correctly, Christmas was not rated R. That was like PG-13, and so I was able to see that one, and it came out in like 89 or something, so we were, around back then. And the first Vacation and this one are both rated R, which that was like one thing. Years and years and years ago, I rented Vacation because it's one of those movies that I don't know if it still is, but for a long time it was on TV a lot. And I imagine that the first few times I saw Vacation, it was on TV. Same with this one. And renting it, you realize, like, well, this is pretty adult. Like, there's a lot of nudity in these movies. They swear a lot more, and it was just kind of surprising.
You didn't remember all that?
No, because when I was little, I would only see the edited versions on TV.
Yeah.
So the first time that I rented one of them, I was surprised.
That is true.
Especially because, like, Beverly D'Angelo gets naked in them, and
That's right. I think I do remember that as well happening for me.
you're just like, whoa.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Like, wait a second. What's going on here?
And the first one, I think the one thing that the first one had over European was that it was a lot darker. Like, the comedy in it was more biting, It was
Plus
more
John
adult, I
Candy.
guess. What?
John Candy.
Yeah, John Candy, that's instantly makes everything
Everything.
better.
Yeah, everything.
There's just a lot of goofy stuff in this one. It was just really goofy, like how she got kidnapped and stuff. It was just, what is that? What is that all about? But in the
Kidnappings are hilarious.
but in Vacation, it's like they kill a dog, their aunt dies, and they strap her to the roof of the car. There's implied incest in that one. The scene when they're at Eddie's and she says that her dad says that she's the best French kisser.
Oh god.
There's a lot of kind of dark stuff in that movie.
It is kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible things we're laughing at.
And I think that it makes me wonder, because this is written by John Hughes, and I'm pretty.
But this one has berets.
It does have berets. It does have berets. This is written by John Hughes, and I'm pretty sure he wrote the first one as well. Let me verify that. The first Vacation was written by John Hughes, and it was based on the short story that he wrote called Vacation 58, which I think was in the National Lampoon. And the first one was directed by Harold Ramis. And then the second one was written by John Hughes, which I just don't understand how it goes from being hilarious to being not very funny at all and being kind of awful. But it's directed by Amy Heckerling, and she did a whole lot of stuff. She did Clueless. She did
That's the original one, huh?
yeah, and she did the Look Who's Talking movies.
Johnny Dangerously.
Oh,
I fucking love Johnny Dangerously,
Johnny
man.
Dangerously.
That movie's the best.
It is.
Fucking classic Keaton.
So it had a decent director behind it too. So I don't know why this one was just kind of a failure. And it's also weird because usually when movies have a bad one, they usually don't recover. A lot of times they don't recover. But in this case they did, because Christmas Vacation came out after, and it was so much better.
I like how the kids were different, everyone.
I always liked that too, how they got different kids. I think also one of the things is that in European Vacation, the kids were the worst out of all of them.
you and your kid hating.
Well, they were older. It's not
No,
like
they
they
were
were
teens. Were they like teens?
Yeah, they were teenagers.
Gotcha.
But compared to Anthony Michael Hall in the first one, and then the dude from The Big Bang Theory and Christmas Vacation, and then the dude from Empire Records in the other one, I don't know. They just they were more annoying. The kids were more annoying in this one, and I didn't like how Rusty was just like some kind of sex fiend, where the whole time he was just trying to get laid.
Yeah. What's Europe?
But also not was he just trying to get laid, but he was like getting girls left and right.
That's not Rusty.
Yeah, Rusty's supposed to be basically a miniature version of Clark.
Rusty should not be getting any ladies.
Yeah, and he got this German girl, and he was about to have sex with her.
Come on now, that's just unbelievable.
We met the Rusty from this movie.
We know.
We sure did.
And he was wasted.
Yes, he was.
And he cock-blocked our friend. All right. Any other thoughts on European Vacation?
Not now.
Now, where does this stack up with other National Lampoon movies for you?
Start naming them and I'll tell you.
All right.
I just can't remember.
All right. National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon.
I haven't seen that for a while, but I'm gonna say that was better.
What about Animal House?
Yeah, definitely better.
What about Van Wilder?
Nah.
I like that, man. Everyone hates that.
I hated Van Wilder. I don't know why. A lot of people did like it our age, but ugh.
What about Van Wilder 2, The Rise of Tosh?
I don't know if I ever saw it. Wait, is that the one from, the one,
Van Wilder 2?
Kilmar is in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember much at all.
but you did see it.
Probably because I think I saw a comedy show.
There's also Van Wilder Freshman Year and Van Wilder Party Liaison.
Oh,
Wow.
I never saw either of those.
They made 4 of those damn Van Wilder movies.
Party Liaison.
What about, I'm trying to find ones that you may have seen. Because, I mean, National Lampoon has a bucket load of movies out, most of which are not good. What about, let's see, Loaded Weapon. What about, have you seen Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure?
I have not. And I'm going to keep it that way.
Oh my god. National Lampoon's Black Ball, National Lampoon Adam and Eve, National Lampoon's The Stoned Age. Any of these?
I don't know what any of these are.
Replicate, Another Dirty Movie, Class Reunion, Bag Boy, Last Resort. Here's the thing. I don't understand. And I got some hate from the editors of National Lampoon on a review that I wrote about their documentary, and they're like, well, National Lampoon's gotten really, really good, and you shouldn't talk about
Yeah, but it doesn't make up for all the terrible shit that you made.
Yeah, and
there's so much shit. You just look through the list here. It's ridiculous.
And I'm even looking, some of these are newer. National Lampoon Presents Surf Party, that was in 2013. National Lampoon's Fireballs with a Z. Come on, guys. You have to admit that the name has lost its luster a little bit.
A little bit.
I'm a fan of the older ones.
Yeah.
The older National Lampoon.
Although it wasn't officially named National Lampoon, Caddyshack is kind of an unofficial National Lampoon movie. It's basically all National Lampoon people.
I like that way better.
What about Caddyshack 2?
I still like that. I like that a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Let's give you a drum roll on this one. Ryan, what do you give European Vacation?
4.
It's another 4. Man. I'm not even going to ask for a drum roll anymore. I'm just going to mark it as 4 for each one.
That's what you should do from now on. Don't even ask him. Just be like, yeah, he gives it a 4.
What we should do is ban 4s. From now on, we should say, no, you can't give out 4s anymore. It has to be a different score.
Can't give out them 4s. Do you know that you can give other numbers besides 4s?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's honestly a 4 in your opinion, then by all means give it a 4. The on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 39%. So
oh no,
it's right around that 4 range. Average rating is 4.7 out of 10. Now, I am assuming that you're pretty excited for Vacation because we talked about that, I think, on the summer movie episode.
I am.
So you're pretty excited for the new one?
Yeah.
what are you most excited about with the new one?
I'm just excited for a new thing of a movie that was 20 or 25 years old.
Gotcha. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
It was a movie I liked. 25 years, yeah.
That could go horribly wrong, though, because it could taint.
Yeah, what if
Your
it
love.
just sullies everything?
Well, from all the previews I've seen, they make you laugh out loud.
Yeah, we
Like
talked.
when the little kid throws the needle at the other kid. That gets me every time.
Ryan loves his needle thrown.
Well, I've said before that the Red Band trailers that they came out with, I think there's at least 2 of them. Both of those have made me laugh at parts. So I'm cautious about this one. I don't expect it to be good, but I hope that it is. It currently has a 26% right now on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh boy.
With 28 rotten reviews and 10 fresh. So that number will obviously change after this weekend, but it looks a lot more mean-spirited than the original one. And I think that could be a problem. Because one of the things that I liked a lot about the original one is, yeah, bad things happen to these people and stuff, but it had a good heart to it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure about this one, especially with the kid that, that says that he wants to shoot his brother off of a horse. Which still makes me laugh, though. Shoot you off that fucking horse. And I know that scene's gonna make me lose it when I see this movie in the theater. But
oh God.
Now, Kevin, I take it you're not interested in this.
No. No.
I don't know. I'm hoping that it's good. I like road trip comedies, but then I was talking to my girlfriend about road trip comedies and how there's not a lot of like family road trip comedies that are actually really good, and that's what kind of makes Vacation. It sets it apart from other movies. When I watched it again after all these years, it still made me feel like there's really no other movies like this out there. And other movies have tried, like We're the Millers recently, that was a disaster.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Anything other than the needle throwing that makes you laugh in the trailers, Ryan?
Everything.
Wow.
Oh shit.
But I specifically remember the needle thing.
Are you like really looking forward to like this weekend to see that movie? Do you have like a day planned out and everything?
I'm not gonna go see it.
Oh.
I guess hardly. The only theater I committed to this year was as far as Jurassic World.
Oh, okay.
And that was a fucking hassle to talk to somebody into going down.
Oh no.
That sucks. So you've only gone to see one movie so far this year?
The theater, yeah.
Wow. That sucks. You need to get one of those dickheads
You know
over
what?
there to take you.
Yeah. Or someone that like doesn't really have anything to do that likes movies should just start a business where he just takes handicapped people to movies. Just fucking pick them up
Something like that existed.
and just take them to the movies.
There you go.
I could go with my mom where she'd go with.
Well, hey.
If that happens, I'm gonna come too.
I mean, if you want to
stab myself knives, needles.
If you want to see it bad enough, then just get her to take you. You know, if I needed somebody to go with me to a movie, and I wanted to see the movie bad enough, I'd be like, whatever, I'll just go with you.
But then all I hear is, that's stupid. I understand that. What's that? It's the ridiculous comments that I can't deal with.
Did she talk during the movie? Is she a during the movie talker?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then what you do is you get her to take you to the movie, get you in your seat, and then tell her to sit somewhere else in the theater. Just say, oh, you know, maybe we could move a couple seats over. I need some space. And if there's a 1-seat buffer there, she's probably not going to be talking to you during the movie.
I don't know about that. I can see her just like speaking in a regular voice. Ryan!
What's that? He threw a needle at his face!
Ryan, was that a needle?
For my grandma, that's exactly how it would be.
Your grandma's hilarious.
Do you need anything, Ryan?
Do you need another soda?
Insert racist comments everywhere.
Insert racist comments everywhere.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right. Any final thoughts on the Vacation movies, Ryan?
I hope it's good.
I certainly hope that it's better than European Vacation. I think that it'll at least be better than European. And so,
there you go, 2015's Vacation. Ryan is rooting for you.
There you have it. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for the week. Send us your questions to podcast@filmpulse.net. Follow us on Twitter, @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And please take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse. consider subscribing for as little as $1 per month, and you'll be helping support the show. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holtz, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you on Monday.
See you later.